how it's important to vet a good company, man. You know what I mean?
It's very important, especially in the contractor space. I relate it, if I will, to kind of what I used to do in the financial services business. There's not a lot of points of differentiation. We're all selling the same money, the same stuff. So there's a very thin line. Like, they have to like you and trust you. Contractors, it's a wide margin of what you're going to get. So people make the mistake of just going on bid price, things like that. That's really not what you should focus on. You should focus on past performance. Are they registered? Do they have the insurance enforced? Their crew. Just, there's lots of levels you need to check out, especially if you're spending a large amount of money on a large project. You definitely want to check those things out, because it could come back to bite you in a really bad way. There's a lot of guys, especially in the multifamily space, I see that they go with somebody, the lowest bid, and they'll go with a contractor that they just found the workers at a gas station that morning, and then your quality of installation is bad and all these things. And you thought you were saving money, but now you've got to spend money later to come back and fix that. And you're actually spending more than you would have.
100%.
So there's a lot of issues with certain contractors out there. That's the problem, especially in the state of Texas, where they don't really necessarily have licensing. So that creates a problem. So you have to, it's kind of buyer beware. You got to do your own due diligence.
And now, and as you got to save your assets, man, that comes hand in hand with, you have to find a good contractor to protect the asset from,
100%.
Maybe you're going to save a little bit. So that's why it's important when due diligence, to get a guy like Zach that can come in and do an assessment for you to know what you're stepping in. Because if you buy a property that you don't know the roofs, and you get push comes to shove, that could torpedo your deal.
Oh, huge.
Especially like in the flat roofs.
Huge. Yeah, flat roofs are an engineering conundrum. That's the way we put it, is like, who in the world would put something that's flat on a building? It holds water, everything else, but it is what it is. They're out there, and you have to handle those correctly, and that's why they cost so much, but they have to be done right. Flat roofs can cause lots of problems if they're not done right. Pitched roofs, pretty easy to resolve issues on those, but flat roofs can create all kinds of problems. Trapped moisture in between layers. It's just a cascading.
It's a definitely nightmare.
It can be, if it's not done right. Absolutely.
Yeah. And then the same thing, apply it for chillers, for example, right? You got to know what you're getting in, because those are high ticket items. And if you don't know what you're stepping into, it can turn into a
100%,
big issue.
100%. It's worth a little extra time. I think that would be my advice, and you would probably agree with that, is the due diligence period is just for that. Like, don't rush through those things. Like, a lot of people sleep on the roofs, or they do whatever in the last minute. They're trying to rush 5 contractors out there to be like, oh, what is it going to be? What are they? Because they're trying to meet a timeline, but they're excusing the importance of it. It keeps the entire building dry, or the chillers, or the HVACs. all those things need to be thoroughly checked, or you need to talk to the right people and take your time versus speed. But I know deals have pressure. So it's just managing all that together, or knowing, like you do when you're looking for something. Like, you called me a few months back when you were looking, hey, go ahead and kind of pre-look at that and kind of tell me what that's going to be, which I wish more people would do, because it gives a little time, because I can't just go in one day and tell you. There's 32 apartment buildings,
Waking up to success. Now we're getting it started. This is the real grind. Everything you've been wanting, building an empire, no question. Talking about real estate, investing, making the millions, no stopping while we sip on gourmet coffee. The real grind. This is the real grind.